I'm here once again with the excellent guiding and shuttling services of Aaron Outfitters. And as always, don't forget to kiss your guide. Thank you. Thank you for the great service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On a familiar lake, going to some unfamiliar waters. Fish on, trolling a reasonably deep crank. I'm gonna say pike. Yep, small pike. Still gonna treat it with care. Just because it's a dink pike doesn't mean it's worthless. It's still a living creature. So the top of the waterfall that I'll be going around, portaging around, is to my left, and then I'm going to start a portage here, hopefully find a trail. So time to try and find a trail. Got my folding saw here, hoping I don't have to clear a kilometer. This is what I like to see. I need this. Oh yeah, there's actually a spot I can camp here tonight too. Perfect. We're in low water, so the fall shouldn't be raging, but wow. No, they're still pretty beautiful. Check this out. Maybe get a better look here. Wow. Can't believe I'm boarding on the beautiful trail right now. A little blowdown, but I really can't stress how crucial this is to my success. If you've ever cleared a kilometer through boreal forest with a folding saw, you'll know why I'm so happy. That's pretty much a full day of fare. Let's get another vantage point on this baby. Wow, really a hidden gem. Obviously there's a trail. I'm far from the first person to lay eyes on this. But if it's not documented online, that's still worth something to me these days. That's still kind of precious. Found a nice little quiet spot here away from the roar of the rapids. No perches hanging overhead, which is always nice because in my mind around here it's the biggest threat to fall on you. Just nice peace of mind, having nothing but moderate sized spruce over top. And yeah, nice quiet peaceful spot, tons of moss. It's a good evening. Home sweet home. Full of excitement for what tomorrow's going to bring. I really haven't even started anything yet. I've had a successful portage around the first waterfall. As soon as I get in the water tomorrow, there's going to be another portage around another waterfall, and I hope there's a trail. I kind of love not knowing. Quetico was fantastic, but I had a map. I had a road map, essentially, to that wilderness, and here I don't, and I kind of love it. So I'm finishing up this book by Frank Wolf, and this chapter, Loss, an 1,800 kilometer canoe trip from Saskatchewan to the Arctic. One of my favorite chapters so far. And I just have to read this because it says so much better what I was trying to say earlier. It's funny that this came up because it really is relevant. There is comfort in information, comfort in knowing that there is indeed a way through. This reliance on information comes with a price, however. We lose our natural instinct to navigate strange landscapes. In fact, most of us have lost this ability already. Working through the unknown, seeing with your own eyes what few, if any, have seen, is true adventure. I'm getting lazy with my pack up today. I'm not even gonna stuff everything into its sack. I'm just gonna stuff everything into the dry bag and seal it up good. I was gonna hang my pot on here, but I realized I'm using my small titanium pot or aluminum pot, and it doesn't have a bail. I took it off anyway years ago. So in the fire you go. I'm having garlic bread and chili for breakfast. It's just a hearty meal to keep me full for a while. I find breakfasts are usually kind of weak, unless you do like bacon and eggs or something, but who really cares what time you eat what meal, as long as you're satisfied. Oh. Hot. This is good. Really good. Alright, I met my put in. I'm gonna see if I can just sneak down this channel that I mentioned yesterday in the canoe. Might be able to. Probably gonna be a lot of bumping and scraping here. Yeah, it looks all right. That's what I'm talking about. There's another waterfall just around the corner, so I'm not expecting much for fishing here. At the bottom of the next falls, that's where I'm hoping to get into some fish. Quite a beautiful spot. Nice place to start the day. And a little run like that is much welcome because it kind of lets me get my feet in the water, shake off the jitters a little. Now a nice little calm briefly before the waterfall. I'm going to take out right here and walk down the shoreline rather than paddle up near the top of the falls needlessly, and have a scout for this trail, hopefully. Here it is, beneath some more beautiful cedars. Amazing cedars along the steel. Another trail. Can't tell you how happy this makes me. Wow. Quite a cavity in there. Cool. almost for sure I'm not going to see anyone on the river, but I'm going to get the canoe out of the way just in case someone happens to be coming down the river this morning. One of the biggest faux pas you could commit as a Canadian is blocking up the portage. Never leave your boat at the side of a port. Get it out of the way. This trail's in pretty decent shape, a little worse than the last one. Right now there's a bunch of deadfall and I've lost the trail, but overall still plenty to build off of. Speaking of Canadian etiquette, we're known for saying thank you a lot as Canadians and being pretty polite, though we can certainly be rude. I feel like the most Canadian way of saying thanks is by clearing a portage. When you lay hands on a trail that is probably centuries old, and the rivers around here, these trails are probably originate with our First Nations. That'd be Big Tugong here. When you clear the trail, you uphold something that they created and something that meant something to them and was important to them commercially for their life. And by keeping it alive, you honor that memory and you say thanks. So clearing trail is really a really good thing to do, and if you're a Canadian, I encourage you to take part in it if you're allowed. In some places like Algonquin, you shouldn't be clearing any green wood, but in areas like this on Crown land, it's really an important tradition. Here we go, fishing time. Extremely excited for the fishing from here on out. We'll hopefully be eating one later today or tomorrow. Check the drag, tighten it up a little. So oh, yep, just a tiny pike. That's not what I was looking for. Just hit me at the boat, didn't get a hook, just as well. Oh, yeah, fish on. Second cast. Fish off. Oh, it might have been a brookie. It looked pretty silvery on the side. Couldn't really see any color. Okay. This is exciting. Another small pike. That's a hit every time. Green and silver. Little Cleo, 2/5 ounce. I would like a lighter spoon here, but I don't have one. Not in the style that I want. Just had another fish on briefly, and I'm pretty sure it was a brookie. Promising start, but nothing landed. I've casted a paddle tail on a jig for a minnow imitation, a little inline spinner for an insect imitation, a little Cleo, which is somewhat minnow-esque, but also just kind of more of an aggression thing. But on the shoreline I saw 3 dead crayfish, so I'm gonna give the tube jig a whirl and just bounce it along bottom. Yeah, that did it. First cast, but just a small pike. Shake them here. There were some things splashing there. I thought it was just ducks washing themselves, but it's a couple of little otters. 3 of them. Cute. Oh, they're curious as usual. Snorting. Love them. So there's a nice calm flat water section here for 4 kilometers before the rapids start. And right now it's deep enough for me to troll a little minnow bait like this. So got a tiny lip. Whoops. So it won't dive hardly at all. Even if it gets shallow, it should be fine. Interesting little spot here in the river. It's just a widening, maybe 50-60 meters wide. Casting this reasonably heavy jig head, I think it's a 1/2 ounce, so it can fall deep. And then measuring the depth of the water. And all you need to do in order to know that is see how much line 1 revolution of your reel brings in, and then see how many revolutions you need to get from top to bottom. So I needed about 30 revolutions, and I reel in about 2 feet of line for each revolution. So this spot is probably about 60 feet deep, which is pretty random because the river's been very shallow. So obviously I'm fishing it, but nothing yet. Oh, Bud Light drinkers. Why? Why is it always Bud Light? Sometimes Coors Light or Busch. Got a bit of moving water behind me here. Looks shallow, but probably runnable. I'm gonna go check it out. Looks all right. Got a couple rocks right there. Either have to go left or right of them. If I go right, I'm into some other rocks. If I go left, there's a downstream V. So, but to the left there's also a rock. I think I would bounce off of that farther one, and then if I stick to the middle, there's a good channel. You can see the V. The downstream V is what you want to follow. There are actually 2 rocks at the end. One there and then one just before it. You can see water frothing right over it sometimes. So I'd have to stick to the left of the channel, which is going to be tough. I'm going to run it. It's a short one, it's forgiving. If I dump, it's not going to be the end of the world. Start on the left side, middle, and then get back to left. It's not going to be a lot of time to do that, but should be all right. Maybe nothing, but it still gets my heart pumping. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes sir. Yes sir. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me, Bud Light? Unbelievable. What kind of trash just throws their Bud Light can in this beautiful river? Unbelievable. Makes me so mad. It's so selfish. I wish people went to jail for this. I really do. Okay. Back to business. Oh, trout on. Oh wow, crazy rolls, crazy rolls. Oh, no, still there, still there. I got no net. Lost it on the last trip in Quetico, and the new one hasn't come in the mail yet. So we're gonna have to land this probably brookie. Still can't see. Oh, it might be a rainbow. Yeah, it's a rainbow. Oh, it's a beautiful rainbow. Shoot. I'm gonna try and document it underwater. There we go. Oh, what a gorgeous fish. Let's see if I can hand land this. I'll wet my hands first. Crucial, especially for trout. Not good, not good, not good. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Yes. Oh, beautiful little inland rainbow trout. Beautiful. Okay. Hooked in the corner of the mouth. Ah. Oh. Getting driven into the rapids here. There. That was clumsy. Keep this guy in the water. There we go. And release them pointing upstream. And the water's flowing through their gills. Lovely. Maybe I should have kept that one. I just had some boursin, so I'm not that hungry, but... Oh, it's a good sign. Hopefully there'll be more. What a pretty little fish. Little blue fox inline spinner. Oh, I don't know if the camera picked that up, but a fish just jumped as the lure flew overhead. Let's see if it takes it. No. Just had another one on, but it jumped and spat the hook. Looked like another little rainbow. That was a lot of fun, but I gotta keep moving. There's a kilometer stretch of what looks like continuous rapids that, ooh, it's getting shallow here. That's a real wild card still. So I don't want to get behind schedule because I lingered too long. But obviously I have to fish this pool as well. How could you not? Beautiful. This guy's looking for a ride. Let's pick him up! There you go, buddy. Oh, get off. Get off. Get off. Go over here. There you go. You're safe. Papa's got you. I find it very hard not to rescue butterflies and moths and dragonflies. Oh, humanity is disgusting, isn't it? There's now a pack of cigarettes floating in the water. It's like they're throwing it in right beside me and I'm somehow not seeing it. In fact, that last can of Bud Light kind of smelled and looked like it had been used as an ashtray. So, adds up. Ugh. Oh, there goes the dragonfly. Yo, me. When I retire someday, I would love to just sit and do surveillance on fishing spots and catch people in the act of littering or over harvesting, whatever, and bust them. Take them down. Couple little fish jumping here. Little trout on, very small. Can't tell. Looks like a rainbow maybe again. Rolling like crazy. Just gonna try and film it underwater again. It's a lot easier. Yeah, rainbow I believe. That's cool. Interesting to know that the line goes slack here. If it gets off, that's fine. Interesting to know that there's a good population of inland brook trout on this river, or rainbow trout. Okay, thank you. Pliers. There. Thank you. After the rapids, I'll keep one. Just want to get those done first. Look at that big ring around the sun. I'm never sure if that's a sundog or if a sundog is only when it's on either end of the horizon. Another fish on, trolling. This feels small. Try not to horse it and rip the hook out. We got a little pike? Yeah, it is. Oh, tiny, tiny pike. There you go. Thank you. Coming up to the main section of rapids, and I can't see around this one. It turns and it looks pretty bony, so I'm gonna scout it. It's shallow here, but looks runnable. But you can see it turns a corner here, so I need to get eyes on that before I can just run down it. So it's not runnable at this water level. I don't see a portage around it. You can see how bony it is there. There is a channel that comes around the side here. It splits, and I could easily wade or line down here. So if I have the choice between wading and lining, I'd rather wade. Main reason is that it gives me something to hold on to and lean against on these slippery rocks. The bow, it's a fairly Rockford boat, prospector, so there's a nice elevated point here at the end, so I don't have to reach down. Like down here I have to really bend over. At the bow and stern, it's nice and elevated, so it gives me something to grip while I walk on the slippery rocks. If all I have is the line, then I'm standing here, you know, high center of gravity, slipping around. And I'm going down the side of the river. The middle has the strongest flow. Unless you're on a turn, then the outside edge might have a stronger current, but here it's easier, less pull. Gets a little deeper here, so I can use the line here and just scoot around the shore. And if I wanted to line properly, I'd also have a rope on the front end. But I'm not planning on doing any significant lining. It's not worth even unpacking that rope. It's actually clean here, so I can hop in, just run this little 10 meters. All right. Not bad. Another one ahead. Just gonna throw my line in here. Fish on. Oh. Oh boy. Oh, there he goes. Oh, I couldn't tell if it was a rainbow or a brookie. It was small. Got hit at the boat by a rainbow, so I don't even know if there are brookies. Maybe they're all rainbows, which is fine, that's cool. And another rapid right ahead of me, and it looks all rock. This kilometer of rapids might be a lot of wading at this rate. I guess I'll wade down the left side here. Complete minefield. If
I could run this, the whole thing would go by in like 15 minutes. If I can't run any of it, it's gonna take hours. I'm just gonna tie up the boat here and scout ahead, see if I can do anything. We got some bony stuff there. A really nice tongue here, which I would love to run, but there's a rock there. Could be avoided. That's not really the crux of things here. I'd have to thread the needle there through 2 rocks, one of which is very jagged, but then that would shoot me right into these rocks here, which I would maybe bump and scrape over, but that one's very sharp right there. And then I'd hit the tongue, but it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna have to portage along the rocks. I don't see any kind of a portage in the woods. It's quite steep back there, but the rocks will do. It's my safest and fastest option right now. I can't even line this nor weight it. Sweet. I must have missed the takeout. There is a trail. Oh, it goes up there. Oh, might be better using the rocks. Anyway, that's good news. Oh, I don't know if you see that dark shape right there. For a second I thought it was a bear hanging onto the tree. It's just a sheeted birch bark. When you see the dark black fur of a black bear, it's pretty distinct against the background, but there's so many things that when they're in shadow, they look like it, like uprooted trees and boulders and culverts. Culverts look a lot like a bear when they're in the shade. Not sure I'm on the trail. Nice and open here though. That trail started out great, but got pretty rough. So I'm gonna clear a good chunk of it and then put it in the river because it's a decent section for running a little bit and lining or wading. An old blaze here. Yeah, it's no wonder I didn't see the takeout. Very inconspicuous. No flag or anything. Nothing. Yeah, you would never notice. I've been recording points and tracks for this route, and I'm going to publish a map just to round out the map of the steel. So if you want to follow along, I'll put a link to that in the description. I'm way overdue for lunch, extremely thirsty now too, but I keep telling myself I'll stop once I'm at the end of the rapids so I have a better grasp of my timeline for the day, and hopefully at the end of this rapid I'm going to filter a 4-liter jug of water and then hopefully also find a fish to eat as well. I'm going to take it nice and slow here. Try and save the paint on my boat. Turn backwards. Okay. Good times. See if I can spin here. That was close. Uh-oh, this rock's not good. Yep. Hi. 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 That was exciting. I was about to jump out there and try and save the boat from tipping, but thankfully it did that itself. Oh yeah, took on a lot of water there. Boat's heavy too, you can really feel the difference. I better dump it. I don't want any chance of a clean run the rest of the way. I didn't see that rock. Said every person who ever tipped. I only did it for the footage. Completely had it. Just kidding. I haven't properly scouted this next part, but it's shallow. And I'm just gonna take it slow and avoid this rock. Whoa. Bumping, grind my way down, and then wade once I have to. Maybe now. A little more, a little more. If I lean forward like this, it takes the weight off the back of the canoe so I can get off of what was pinning me there. Looks like I can sneak down the right side here. Next section looks alright too. Maybe. It's gonna be bumpy. Oh! Didn't see it. My canoe has lost a satisfactory amount of paint now. Just gonna call that progress and just wade the rest of this bony garbage. That was pretty dirty. I can see the end.
Uh-oh. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck in here. There's a little turbulence at the end. Nothing big, but it could be really rocky. It looks alright. I think it's just standing waves. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's more like it.
Oh boy. Rock, rock, rock. Oh, 2 rocks. Split the D. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! We're through, baby! We're through! Looks like one more little rapid to close things out here. Left channel looks half decent. I'm just gonna go for it. It looks probably better than a lot of the stuff I've already gone through, so not ideal, but should pass. Lovely. Lovely little ride. Perfect. Oh, it's shallow. It's shallow. It's shallow. Oh man, I was just clearing the rocks here. Oh, lovely. Great space to have lunch here on the rocks and cast for a fish. Yeah. Water. Water. Oh, I'm gonna drink so much water. So I'm gonna get some firewood ready to start a fire lickety split. Got my water filtering, got my filleting knife out. soon as I have a good gulp of water, I'm gonna throw my line in, and I just saw a fish jump, which is what the rainbows have been doing today, so feeling pretty optimistic. Nice little trout for the pan. It's gonna be amazing. Salmon spice. Ow. Got an ember on my finger. Ow, it's still going. Smells so good. As usual, blackened it a little bit. Oh, it's so good. I just cut at the neck after I dispatched it, and then pulled the innards out. But then I also split it at the spine because then you can kind of spread it out on the frying pan. And I just find it cooks a lot more evenly. Wow. Wow. Oh man. I'm hungry, but this is next level. The salmon spice is really good. It's sickening how good this is. Just boiling this stuff to sanitize it now. Feeling amazing. Oh, just got hit. Easily could have eaten another fish, but I don't know. For one sitting, they're just too precious and scarce. These little trout, native, natural trout. One has to be enough. I just tried to set the hook on a little trout, and it popped out and came launching right back at me. This would be a fly fisherman's dream in here, breaching the surface pretty frequently. Time to get going and find somewhere good to set up camp. First place that really calls out to me is going to be home for the night. This is what the Steel River is all about. So many swifts. Oh, it's getting shallow. Just enough water. I love how that seems to be the case on a lot of swifts here and elsewhere. Just enough water to float a canoe. Oh, this is fun. Oh boy. Oh boy, it looks rocky here. Shoot. Yeah. Sorry buddy. Make it stop. Won't somebody think of the children? Well, that was lovely. Just a treat. And there is a dazzling little pool here. Check this out. I'm gonna fish this. Oh yes, look at that rock too. Oh man, the Steel River. Steel magic. Never lets you down. Outstanding. Just marking that swift on my map. The
The spot is totally dazzling, and there's a bouldery little area here where I can get out. There's a decent place to set up a hammock, and I think I'll sleep right here. This is unreal. Just look at this. Cliffs up there, beautiful channel, and all this rock. Wow. It's pretty bushy in here though. Give it a quick peek. Give myself a little ramp here to pull the canoe up on. Rolling it over a log like this won't really damage the canoe versus dragging it up on the rocks, which will. There. Really improves the water access on a site like this. Check this site out. It's one of the best I've ever had. Got all my firewood piled up there from clearing dead branches. And then from back here, just a perfect view from the hammock. Oh. Money can't buy this. It's time for a dip. I'm super warm. Oh, it's chilly. And the sun's not here. Got my boots on because they're already sopping wet, and it's slippery rock here, so. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's cold. Okay. Boxers and boots, baby. Oh yeah. Push on. Little rainbow. Oh man. I'm gonna lose him, but got my hands here. Pretty well hooked, I guess. Oh, wow. Oh, there he goes. Like a dart. I'm planning on keeping one for breakfast tomorrow. Right now I'm just cooking up some vegetable soup, which is really more of a broth, but I need the salt. It's quite a lot today. With some rice. And some scotch and some red wine. Life is pretty good. In the summer, when you take a meal off your fire or stove, it can be too hot. Way too hot for too long. It takes so long to cool down, so I'll put it in the water to drop the temperature faster. The water is quite cool. This vegetable soup is one of those Knorr little soup mixes. I just added some rice, and it's got over 100% of your daily sodium intake if you eat the whole thing, which I will. But it tastes really good right now. I feel like my body needs all that sodium after today. One of the most beautiful campsites of my life. I don't even know what to say. I hope the video shows how beautiful this is. I've had hundreds of campsites in the backcountry, and this one I would definitely say is a top 10. It's a really special and unique site, and no one has camped here. At least in recent times, there's no semblance of that here, and you would need a hammock in order to camp there. There's no flat ground. And yeah, just having a spot that is your own is pretty special. And it's already a special place to begin with, so cheers. I had beer yesterday. I had wine and scotch. A little of each. Never overdoing it. Don't want to make a fool of myself. Oh. Oh, sodium tastes so good. Fish on. Very small, very small. Oh man, too small to eat really. Finger length. Just want to see what it is. It's all rainbow. Tiny little rainbow. Okay, thanks, buddy. I thought it wouldn't be too hard to catch an eater this morning here. Got that little guy on the cicada. Moves through the water beautifully like an insect. Here, yeah, I was expecting quick bites in the morning. No takers aside from that little guy, so gonna have curry and rice for breakfast, unless something happens in the next 2 minutes before this water boils in my pot. This is the last meal that I brought though, so if I want lunch or dinner, then better find some fish. Some legal fish too. Crazy thing is, if you catch a brook trout here, downstream of the Golden Staircase, it's a superior tributary, and the minimum size to keep a brookie is 56 centimeters, and you're allowed one with a sport license. 56 centimeters is a bigger brook trout than most people will get to catch in their lives, but it's a pretty crazy, and it's a great standard. It protects the fishery. Another awesome night in the hammock. I hung my bag up here, and you probably wouldn't guess why. It's for slugs. I had it on the ground yesterday and a slug was on it, and I find that slugs like this bag, and sometimes they're all over it in the morning, so slug free. Oh no, there's one. Unbelievable. I hate them. I hate slugs. I like almost everything in nature. Not slugs. It must have been on the bag before I hung it. Alright, it's time to leave this paradise and paddle down that channel, which looks pretty stunning as well. The rock in this channel is really just incredible. Carved out, so smooth. Wow, awesome cliffs ahead. Not big ones, but oh, eagle. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, I love the Steel River so much. Look at that. There he is, perched on that dead limb up there. Wow. Wow. What a spot. Unreal. I can't believe this stretch of the Steel River isn't better documented. It's a gem. Okay. Time for some casting. Oh, there goes the eagle. Look at this orange cliff. Something was just splashing over there. I think there was an insect on top of the water. Might have been a dragonfly, actually. Something gobbled it up, most likely. That's the Trans-Canada behind me. Highway from coast to coast. There are a few very lucky cabin owners here at the mouth of the Steel. Just about to get into the big lake. I've got 7 hours left until my rendezvous with Erin, a predetermined point. I haven't got any signal yet, so hopefully I can make it there because I'm not able to contact her right now. But I am hungry, really hungry. A fish will be so appreciated right now. Food barrel's empty. Fish on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Shoot. Oh. It's a nice eating trout, unless it was a brookie, in which case it wouldn't have met the minimum. Ah. Dang. I could already taste it. If you've never been on Superior, the water quality and clarity is outstanding. You can see 30 feet down when it's calm like this. Incredible. There's all these big marbles down there. Oh, it's a dream world. This trip has been so dreamy, but it's real life. Someone lost a life jacket. JD. I guess I'll take it with me. I just got a hit, but it was off before I could even lift the rod out. I'm really hungry now. A fish is never harder to catch than when you want to eat it. Well, I'm done with Superior, and I'm at this little connection, which is really cool. Like a cave that you paddle through to get to this other lake. It goes under the railway. Check this out. Wow. Oh, it's so cool in here. Echo! Back at my access lake, no fish all day, which is gonna mean about 12 hours without food by the time I get home, but it's fine, I'll be fine. It was an awesome trip and just cemented the Steel River as my favorite river anywhere that I've been to. Look who surprised me with food. I didn't even ask, she just knew. A ton of fresh picked blueberries and a new canoe.
Welcome back.
Yes. Aaron just picked this up from Geraldton. It was almost given to us by Rob Haslam. He gave us a fantastic deal. We traded Aaron's old hammock for it, and I threw in a case of beer because it just wasn't a fair deal. It is a 15-foot Swift Raven. It's gonna be my new whitewater boat. I can't wait to try it out. Wooden gunnels. No keel. That's why it's a superior whitewater boat to mine here. These are both 15 footers, but yeah, this will be the whitewater boat. Can't wait.